Hey guys, I just want to make this video real quick to announce my official 2019 theme and goal, which is to gain creative experience points and level up. So I'm opening up for the first time my boxes of cards for my Kickstarter that I just ran. So this will be all my greeting cards contained in these two boxes. So it's about 1,000 cards. I'm really excited, and I'm probably also going to take forever to actually get this open. So these ones are all, they're just scored and flat is what they call this, where it's just got the kind of like a little fold line on it, but it's not actually folded. This is cool. So this is 100 cards right here. 100 cards right there. And that's what it is with all my boxes. So that's pretty cool. My 10 different sets of cards. So I was just down admiring all of my brand new cards because they look so good. And then I hear a little voice yelling at me from upstairs, "Mommy, I peed my pants!" So I had to rush up and take care of that. And now my kids are in the bathtub, and that's a pretty good description of parenting. Parenting and trying to do things and also be a parent. But anyway, I'm really excited because I do have my cards. All 10 of them are here and they look good. And so there's the best friend. I've got the cat lover right here. More than just friends. The wise. The loyal. Long distance friend, the adventurous, the true, got husband and wife, so I'm trying to, they're just like all flopped on my lap, and the admired, and this is the only one that for some reason it's, the rest of them are super good quality, so I printed these through PS Print, and they did a super fabulous job. They look really good. This one, I'm guessing I must have done something wrong because the rest of them are perfect. This one, it has just a little bit of, like, noise. Just a little bit, like, you can kind of even see it on here. But it's, like, it's not as crisp as the other ones, and I don't know what happened. I don't know what I did wrong. I'm like, I don't think I did anything different with the files, but I must have done something because it's just, I mean, I still think it's a good enough product. I'm gonna sell it, but it's not as nice as the other ones. So I feel a little bit sad about that. But luckily, it is only one set of the cards. So oh well. These things happen, little setbacks. So I'm really excited about these cards because, like, it just feels good to hold them. I'm like, these are mine. I made these. Like, I've been trying really hard to do what all of the masters, like Jake Parker, for instance, he has a YouTube video called, I think it's called You Need a Product, Not a Project. Like, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make things that aren't just like a thing. I'm working on, like, oh, I'm just gonna fiddle around with that piece of, that painting. It's like I want to have like a product in mind. So there's another video from on the podcast 3-Point Perspective that I've been watching. It's a humorous title. I think it's called One Ship Happens. Anyway, but they just talk about, like, you need to work on something that you can literally ship to people, like, that you can put in their hands. So don't just make a painting or something. I mean, you can, but as long as you are going to do something with it, like, that's what you need to do if you want to be an illustrator. This is specifically for people who want to be illustrators, which is, that's me. And wanting to make money off of what I'm doing, and I want to bring things to people that people can enjoy and that will enrich their lives. That's my goal with what I do. So anyway, so I've done it. I've got the things, the products from this project that I started 2.5 years ago now. My husband, who is amazing, and which one is it? Where is it? This card was based off of him, the wise, because he's so wise. So he's the one who encouraged me to finish this series and make something with it, and he's the one who suggested cards, because I wanted to, I mean, I still want to print them up all into a book, and that's what I originally had wanted. But my husband's like, well, why don't you start smaller? How about we do some greeting cards? And I was like, yeah, that's cheaper. We could do greeting cards. That's cool. So like I changed the way I was looking at the project, and anyway, this is what's come of it. So I'm excited that like I was able to run a successful Kickstarter for this. People wanted to see it. People are clearly interested enough that they've helped me fund it. So that's so cool to think that people feel that way about things I've created. So I only hope that will continue to be the case. I'm gonna do a little art show coming up. Just like a little table in an artist alley for just 6 hours. You book it by like 3 hours, so I just paid for 2 slots, I guess, and we'll see if more people want to buy this. Anyway, I'm excited. My life is exciting right now. So I'm actually up in my creative space now, where it's like my one little corner of the house. It's just like this corner. It's pretty much like all you can see in this video. My computer and my bookshelf. My desk, and that's my little spot. So I wanted to continue what I was talking about before, where I was talking about the creative goals I have for myself this year. Yeah, my biggest goal is to advance my career, basically. Like, I want to start treating this less like a hobby and more like a career. And so there are a lot of people who I really look up to, a lot of other creators, and I just want to be more like them. I feel like they all know each other, and they're like in this cool kids club. I'm like, I want to be in the cool kids club. I want to know, you know, Jake Parker and Will Terry and Stephen McCraney and Jason Brubaker and Brandon Sanderson and yeah, all those different storytellers and artists that I really admire. I just want to, I want to be more like them, so I'm just going to start doing the things that they do. So kind of what I'm thinking by that is I want to start creating things, not just sort of like fiddling around with ideas like I'm so good at doing, because I have so many ideas, I get started on them and then I never finish before I'm on to something else. So I have so many ideas. I don't want to just work on ideas. I want to complete them and make these finished products, not just projects. Hi, Nina. Can you go get a towel? Go grab yourself a towel. Okay, before my naked 3-year-old comes into the video, I'm going to stop it now. We'll resume in a moment. Now that I've utterly lost my train of thought, and my daughter has clothes now, which is good. It's my job to feed and clothe my children. I think I was talking about making more finished products instead of just working on projects. And I think I've heard this, like, all illustrators talk about this idea. And I think it's the same thing that writers should do. We shouldn't just be thinking about what can I work on. We should be thinking, like, what can I actually create, finish, and get out to people that people want to read, you know, look at, whatever you're making. And I think I first heard that from Jed Henry, actually, who's another one of those people who I'm like, you guys all know each other. So maybe someday I could be one of the cool kids too, and you guys can, we'll all hang out. I don't know if we'd hang out. Maybe that'd be weird. Okay, anyway, just like some little kid. Okay, so my goals this year, create things to sell, create art to sell. I'm going to run a very large, well, for me it'll be large, it's not really that large in Kickstarter standards, but for me it'll be large, a large Kickstarter campaign to print a children's book. I've been working on one. It's a parody of P.D. Easton's Go Dog Go, and so mine's called Go Writer Go. It's all about writers, and it's pretty awesome. I've got quite a, like 10, maybe 10 pages out of 60 are completed, so it's a long book, because Go Dog Go is actually a pretty long book. So maybe that's a pretty ambitious project. I think it'll be cool if I can like actually get it done. I think it'll be good. I think people will like it. I think a lot of people will relate to it. I happen to know a lot of writers, so that's good. Hopefully I can get some people who are interested in actually helping me print it, because it'll be kind of like around a $5,000 campaign. The one I just did at the end of 2018 was a $300 funding goal, so it'll be quite a different scale. I will need more people than just people I know directly to back it, so hopefully that'll happen. Okay, so then the next goal I have is I'm going to submit a manuscript for publication. There's not young adult, middle grade, so the age right before young adult, so like it'll be kind of on par with like Harry Potter or Percy Jackson. A middle grade fantasy book that I wrote, that I finished last year, and I've been working on editing it, and I've been sort of sitting on it because I'm just scared of the idea of submitting it. I have a publishing house in mind that I'm going to try first because I feel like it's like the perfect fit for them. They do tons of middle grade fantasy. It's kind of their specialty, so I'm like, I hope it's good enough. So anyway, I'm working on editing that. I'm going to submit that. I'm thinking I'm going to start getting serious about that around February or March. Yay! And then my last thing, this is just as of recently, I've just gotten this really strong desire to create a series, like kind of either a podcast or YouTube videos, that kind of thing, all about the struggle that creative people have who are also parents. This sort of this like the conflict between our roles as parents and our identity as a creative individual. I just suddenly have realized like how universal that is to creative people who are parents. And like especially stay-at-home moms, which I am, if you couldn't tell with my children. So I want to talk about that. I want to like interview people. Because I'm not an expert on this topic. I just know it's an important thing and that tons of people relate to it. So if I can get people like to discuss it with me who are more like have figured things out more than I have, I think that would just be so great. Like this is a conversation that needs to happen in the world of creative people, and it's not really happening. Like people kind of talk about this work and personal life balance, but it's like we're always like talking around it, like instead of talking about like, okay, how do you literally take care of your kids and do your job as a parent and live with yourself, like, and not feel like you're just like, you know, ignoring your kids all the time and still get things done creatively, you know? It's like we need to have this discussion. So anyway, I hope I can start this discussion. I'm going to be making these videos about it. And I have some other goals, parenting goals, which relate because we're talking about parenting. I want to be more present with my children. I need to figure out what that means because I don't know what that means exactly. I mean, rather I know what it means, but I don't know what it looks like. Like when my mind is always wandering, so I need to figure out how to like keep myself present. You hurt your head? I'm so sorry. Do you need a hug? Oh. You're all grinning now. She wanted to be in the video. You're almost in the video. Can you see me? Yeah, there you are. There you are. Hey. Yay. More children. So those are my goals. I should probably just end this now so that we can, because I don't think I'm gonna get anything more useful said. So anyway, I hope that you guys can make some goals for this upcoming year for yourselves, and that it'll be a creative year, creatively fulfilling. So good luck all with that.